Hey everyone, welcome to Mountain Road Life. I'm Kristen and so excited to be making a video today. It is July 4th weekend, so a nice 3-day weekend here, and the weather is absolutely beautiful for this time of the year. Normally in July it's so hot, so humid, you don't want to go outside here in Northern Virginia and pretty much the whole of the East Coast. But today it's gorgeous, and Vion's off on a bike ride this morning, so I thought I'd come out and spend some time in the garden. So I'm going to just mow around our garden boxes and use the weed whacker, and also do some weeding by hand just to clean things up a bit. And gonna harvest some peppermint as well as some of the last of our blueberries. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of weeding to do around the asparagus. Alright, so let's get to work here in the garden and just enjoy this beautiful morning. This is the strawberry bed, and it's gotten a little unruly. We've got strawberries in here, a couple of weeds in here. I'm gonna pull some of those up. Also, some of the runners are coming out of the box, which makes it difficult to mow, so I'm just gonna kind of direct them back into the box. So you can see these strawberry plants are coming out of the box, going into the ground around it, and fortunately they're pretty easy to just pull back up, and then I'm just guiding them back into the box. So last year I posted a video planting the strawberry plants, so you can see since then they've grown a whole lot. They've taken up the whole box now and even want to expand outside of the box. We didn't get really any harvest this year. There are a couple of tiny little strawberries that grew, but I didn't pick any of them. So hopefully by next year we'll get some more fruit. Alright, so now that I have taken some of those roots from the strawberry plants and put them back in the box, I'm going to use this weed whacker. This is such an awesome tool from Black & Decker. It's a lightweight weed whacker and just a little bit easier to use. I'll have a link in the description below if you want to check it out. They also have a leaf blower that's lightweight and is just a great tool. We love having these. And of course, while it is nice and lightweight, it's still very powerful. I should probably wear some safety goggles or some sunglasses while working on them. So I'm gonna go grab those now for the rest of the weed whacking I'm gonna do. Safety first. Alright, so I got my sunglasses for some nice eye protection. And I also wear the long pants to help with anything that's like flying up from the weed whacker or the lawnmower. And the long pants helps also with the mosquitoes because they are terrible in the garden. They're trying to get my arms now. Any part of me that's not covered, the mosquitoes go for. So it's also, I've got the longer sleeved, lightweight cotton shirt, and then the hat also helps just to block the mosquitoes from getting to my neck and face, and it helps with the sun. So yeah, it's really important to have the right clothing for gardening. Very, very helpful for all the different elements, the weather, the bugs, and then just any kind of safety precautions as well for the equipment that you're using. Whew, all right. Making some good progress. I am gonna go make some chocolate milk. Homemade, delicious, one of my favorite things right now. Yeah, and then I can get a little more work done. Alright, so this is homemade chocolate milk. The recipe is from Kate Deering's book, How to Heal Your Metabolism. I love it. It's like my favorite morning snack these days, so check it out. The link for the book is in the description below. So good. Alright, so while we're taking a little break, I thought this would be a good time just to show you what is growing right now, so come take a look. Alright, so this garden box is my mom's, and so she planted flowers. She had daffodils early spring that were very beautiful, and now she's got some gladiolas and I think some hostas as well. So this is a flower bed. And then over here, I'm really excited about this first cucumber that we've got growing. You can see there. Over here we've got some chives. Over here, this looks like a bunch of dead plants, but it's Mizuna that was growing in the spring. It overwintered actually, so I planted it in the fall and was covered throughout the winter. Grew really nicely throughout the winter under cover. And so now I'm just letting it go to seed. You can see these little seed pods. If you open it up, you can see the little seeds inside. I've actually got some already growing. Some little baby Mizuna coming up. The thyme over here is so happy, so beautiful. I've always wanted to have a big thing of thyme and sage and oregano and rosemary. Got the thyme. Here's the sage, and I just harvested some of this. Yeah, just cut it back quite a bit earlier this week. Here's my rosemary. It's a little younger than the rest of the herbs. The one that I had bought, the one rosemary plant I'd bought at the same time as the thyme and the sage. Yeah, that one did not survive through the winter. So now that I had the frost cover, that really helped this year. So at least it's alive. Probably cut it back a little bit, just because it's starting to get a little tall here. Prune it back a little. And yeah, hopefully it'll overwinter again nicely this year and it'll keep getting bigger and bigger. Got parsley here that's gone to seed. This was from last year. See our pawpaw trees. They're doing alright. I'm getting some bugs that are eating away at them. So there's the little pawpaw that I grew from seed. Got some green beans growing. I only planted those more recently. I was not spending a lot of time gardening in the spring, so didn't get a lot planted in the spring, but at least the green beans grow well throughout the summertime. You can see those. And then I have been growing some sweet potato plants indoors. This box hasn't been doing very well, sad to say. I planted garlic in here. Oh yeah, last year I had potatoes in here and they did not do well. Then in the fall last year I planted garlic and it just really did not do well. See, I have this one lone garlic plant surviving, sort of ish. So yeah, garlic didn't do well. I planted some green beans here, so since those seem to do pretty well, planted those. Love the calendula. Grew this last year and now it's just growing quite a lot more. It's just so beautiful. I just love these flowers. They're so happy. Tomato plants are very, very happy. And then here we've got our squash growing again. We had them in the same spot last year. They did not do well. They grew very nicely with the big green leaves, but the squash, the actual fruit, did not develop. So I think that's just from too much nitrogen. So I was hoping that last year's plants would have pulled out a lot of the nitrogen from the soil. But it looks like probably not yet. Over here is what we're going to work on next. The asparagus is covered in weeds. Alright, so actually first, before I start with the weeding, I'm going to clear out some of the peppermint to make way so it makes it a little bit easier for the weeding. Alright, I've got a nice big bunch of peppermint. Almost too much probably for one harvest, but so I'm going to put it in the sink inside, just squash it down a little bit, and then hang it to dry. Alright, so the last item on the agenda today is just to see how much of this space here with the asparagus I can clear out. Starting to feel a little winded, so I don't know if I'll do it all today, but yeah, just try to create a little bit more space so I can actually see the asparagus plants and see if anything is still growing throughout the summer. Oh, there's one little asparagus growing. See this little plant here, or a little asparagus spear here. Alright, so I got a fair amount of it kind of cleared out around the asparagus. I think I'm going to call it a day for today and then take a closer look another day. It is starting to warm up a bit as we get into the early afternoon here. Alright, so that wraps up my list of items to get done in the garden today. I hope you enjoyed following along and seeing the different things that we have growing at the moment. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe and check back for more videos related to living a healthy and non-toxic lifestyle. Thanks so much. Bye.